Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Acidic back. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I thought I'd bring you guys my thoughts on if Black Ops 4 could revive Call of Duty. If you didn't really know, I'm gonna be surprised if you haven't. Call of Duty hadn't really been doing too well the last couple of years, to be honest, and I hope that Black Ops 4 can revive that. World War II flopped, which was a big deal for Call of Duty, honestly, and I'll get into that in just a second. But Black Ops 4 is kind of holding the Call of Duty game, franchise, and community on its shoulders as of right now. If this game does not do good and resonate it well with the community, it's not, Call of Duty probably won't ever come back, really. Like, it just won't be a big name game. It'll still try to get its hype train up and everything every year, but it's not really going to be the same as what it has recently been. It just won't be a big game, to be honest, in my opinion. But what we need to talk about today is how Black Ops 4 could bring back the Call of Duty community. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what Black Ops 4 needs to be a good game, in my opinion. At the end of this, I'm going to ask you guys what you think what we should have. Let me know if I missed anything. But yeah, let's just get into it real quick. I'm going to try to pinpoint it down to like 10 or so points and just make it quick, because I got about 11 minutes here to talk over this gameplay. So yeah, let's do this. First thing we need is good perks. That's simple. I'm not going to go into detail on that. That's just good perks. Next thing, good kill streaks. And what I mean by this is not overpowered kill streaks like something in, let's say, Modern Warfare 2, I would guess. Because what I mean by overpowered is how you could stack them like that. We don't need nothing like that, but we need something like Black Ops 2. What we need is something where the score streaks are good and they're rewarding for what their score is. Like the Lodestar and the Swarm, they were like 17, 18 kill like score streaks in like TDM, of course. Like in just TDM, there's different score systems and score streaks and everything. But they were rewarding, and it was worth having them on your team. Once you got it, it was worth it. It didn't feel like, oh, I just put in all that work and got 2 kills. The payout for it was just not worth it at the time for games like World War II, where you can get the paratroopers and it can get you 1 kill or it can give you a lot. The Black Ops 2 score streaks, every time you called them in, they were going to give you a lot of kills. It was guaranteed. It was always going to happen. And I feel like those score streaks were good, but not too much. So we need something like that. Next thing is we need good balance for guns and variety of guns. And what I mean by this is we don't need another situation where the BAL 27 happens, the ASM-1 happens, or the STG in the bar happen for World War II, or the NV4 for Infinite Warfare. We don't need anything like that. We need gun variety, and Black Ops 2 did this good, and Black Ops 3 did this good, and I think Treyarch will do this fine. They always have done gun balance pretty well. They really listen to community when it comes to that type of stuff, but we really do need good gun balance. We don't want 1 to 2 guns being dominated. We want variety on things we can use. Next thing is customization, and this one's kind of iffy because with Call of Duty State now, supply drops hold a lot of this stuff, and I will say keep the supply drops cosmetic, but that won't happen. It never happens, so I'm not even going to try to throw that point out there. But if you're going to do the supply drops, just make sure you have like a depot or salvage system or something like that you can use to purchase them afterwards. I think World War II did this, Infinite Warfare did this good, Modern Warfare Remastered did this good. All those games did really good with their salvage system. I think it was fine. So Black Ops 3 was a little bad on its weapon system. Let's hope they change that. Let's hope they do something different with that. Let's not lock everything behind just the box. Let's make some salvage or crypto keys or some way, or maybe just like crypto credits and then there's crypto keys or something. If you get what I'm saying, though, like have a currency to buy stuff out of your supply drops. That's all we need. Just something simple like that. Infinite Warfare did it, and all those, like I already said, it worked great. Just continue that. That's one thing you did great. Just continue doing it. No need to change it. Don't change it if it's not broken. Next thing is good maps, and this is where I want to know your guys' opinion on it, really. Because when I think good maps, I think traditional 3 lanes. And some of you might be like, what's a 3 lane? Well, I'm going to explain it the best I can. A 3 lane is where there's 3 different lanes on the map, but it's not literally just a straight hallway, but there's 3 different lanes that you can pick, and they each have different kind of play styles in a way. Like, say, Raid. This is one of the biggest 3 lane maps. You got mid, which is really clustered with the tree in the center and everything. Then you got the right side with the pool, or depending on which side you spawn. We're talking about if you spawn on garage side. But then on the right side you get the pool and everything, and the little the bar and the basketball court, and that's more of a longer range type of situation. And then you get the left side, which is a mix. It's got long range and some close range there with the barricades and stuff where the B flag was. That's a 3-lane map. They have 3 different lanes depending on the playstyle that you can play. And then you got chaotic maps like Nuketown, and then you got some maps that are just kind of called flow maps. Like, they don't really have a design to them, but they just flow really well. Like, I'm trying to think of one that I can maybe say, maybe Strike Zone, I could say. Yeah, maybe Strike Zone or something, or like Dome. I don't think those were really traditional 3-lane maps too well, but they just had good flow to them. But I'm personally for some 3-lane maps. Just keep traditional 3-lane maps that have some good flow to them, and that's all we need. We can have a couple chaotic ones in there, but don't do anything stupid like Gustav or Stonehaven or anything like that. We don't need those big maps. We just don't. Unless you're going to have them in a ground war playlist. Just don't do it. Next thing on the list here is connections. Make sure they're decent enough to play on. I know me asking for like god tier connections is not going to happen. It's Call of Duty. They've never been that good. But now with the dedicated servers and the 60 hertz that World War II has, hopefully that'll carry over to Black Ops 4, and if it does, then we're good. We won't have to worry about that. So let's really hope that works, because I felt like World War II had some decent hit detection. Like, I felt like connection really wasn't much of a problem in this game. It was just kind of some gun balances and stuff like that, and broken camera angles. Like, the game just wasn't complete, in my opinion. It wasn't really much of hit detection or connection. That wasn't a problem that I experienced. Next thing that we need to talk about is ground war. This is a big thing for me, kind of. But I think ground war needs to come back, because it's just kind of a great mode to go for feeds or high kill games, and it's a great fun game mode if you want some fast, hectic gameplay, because 18v18, or not 18v18, but 9v9 was really great, and it was back in the day. And now that they're saying we can't handle that nowadays, that's just not true. I mean, we could easily put 18 people on a map for Call of Duty, especially with the size of maps they make now. It could easily happen. They just need to bring it back, plain and simple. Just put that in there instead of these stupid little game modes that nobody wants to play anyway. Just put the one game mode that people do enjoy, and that's ground war. Just put it back. And the last thing here that I think needs to be done is the color palette. Now, this one, I'm pretty sure everybody can agree on. If you had the choice between playing a very gritty and bland looking game or a very bright and colorful one, you're going to pick the bright and colorful one because it's just more appealing to look at and interesting. People don't want grit and just bland and just depressing looking colors. That's what happened with Ghost and World War II. It's just not fun to look at. We want more colorful color palettes. Like, we just want the game to look good for us to look at and enjoy and be able to immerse into, because it's just, nobody wants to spend their time looking at a game that just depresses them because of how bland and just dull it is. We want to be, you know, just energetic and happy and just enjoy ourselves while playing. So a good color palette will help that a lot. But yeah, that's been all my points here. I tried to sum it up as much as I can. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. If there's something that you think that also needs to be added to this list, also just let me know. But yeah, if you enjoyed, hit the like button down below and share it with your friends. Shows great support for the channel and gets it out there. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell right next to it to be notified every time I upload, stream, or post in the discussion forum of the channel. And it's been Acidic, and I'm out. Peace.